We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. But tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. And they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jets, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They're led out by their first-year quarterback, taken in the 3rd round of this past April's draft.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week than ever they're nearing the end zone.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. You talk about this Jets defense. They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And not just speed, not just their physical skills. You know what pulls it all together for this secondary? Their smarts and communication. They play really well as a unit.
Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Howard. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
And the Dolphins, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40.
Well, you want to make sure that on an opening drive that you at least stay out there for a while and get into the flow of the game. A 3 and out would have been problematic, but that's a good throw there to ensure they get another set of downs.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And it's 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 20.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34.
A 7-yard loss.
It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18.
In motion left comes Brown. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Ready?
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
60 Bison, 6, go.
Back to throw. Howard. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Stevenson. And the Dolphins are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Gordon. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
Let's go now.
In motion, Hill. 2nd and 6. Toward the pylon, but it's incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion on 2nd down, things may be changing. If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal.
Cowboy 80.
Looking to throw. Howard. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And the Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. Well, also a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Cade York on now for the field goal. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. York able to send this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So now here comes the Jet offense as they get ready to take over. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
And last week's loss came despite a clean game on his end, throwing the ball with 2 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. His job this week is simple. Do it again. Continue to avoid turnovers and hope that what sunk them last week resolves itself this time around.
A first carry for Rachaad White. Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. When you look at this defense, now they've been dreadful against the run. No getting around at number 32, dead last in the NFL.
They have tried all season long to fix all the things that they need to in the running game, and they have been successful so far. I'm wondering if this is a time to just sell out. Make sure you have 8 in the box every time and bring a 9th and sometimes even a 10th to try and stop them from running the ball.
The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter. as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up.
On the set. 19 tight. 19 tight. Here we go. Here we go. Ready, ready.
Off play action. Brown. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. The sack there by Bradley Chubb. Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
60, go.
Here's Brown from the gun on 3rd down. And this one is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and it'll be Dolphin football. So Miami coming out for their 2nd drive in the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
On 1st down, back to Achane. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
2nd and 14. Over the middle, complete. It's Stevenson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Give him 30 yards there.
Let's just call it as we just saw it right there, a breakdown defensively. Seems like no one went with the tight end, and no one really did. Had all sorts of space in the middle of the field. Yeah, everyone else was covered, but he was not. Big play results.
They'll run, Achane. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now from the 7, here's 2nd and goal.
Ready, ready. Ready, ready.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Yeah, this is pretty similar to the Wildcat plays that were bouncing around the league circa 2008 or so. The idea here, just snap it right to the guy you want to run with it. In theory, you're getting yourself an extra blocker. And here, that Wildcat runner is your quarterback. And he takes it into the end zone.
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
The 32-yard line.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll have a Jets first down as he's able to get this up to the 37-yard line. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Bronco 80.
Off the play fake. Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. The Jets had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Into space at the 45. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
First down.
Here we go. Here we go.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
Brings up second
And that'll make it second down.
48-yard line.
Off play action. Brown. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year, and part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
They'll look to throw here on first down. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Flying in to pick up that sack, Jordan Brooks. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one, because right now, this has not been his game.
There's a short one. It's caught by Taylor. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Jets, first down.
First down, here's White. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line.
14 more yards.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts
First down.
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Let's go now.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Back to throw. Brown to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer, but he couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Touchdown, Jets. Adonai Mitchell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. That is a near-perfect end-of-half drive right there.
And we've seen that many times from the best in the league. But do you really expect to see it done that well by a rookie? And how about the timing? Finishing it almost near the zeros, as you said, right at the end of the half. Great momentum to carry into the locker room.
The extra point attempt to follow here. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Dolphins 10.
So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it's finished off by a New York Jets touchdown. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Partner, when I was in college, we used to have these things called game maxims that we did before every game. One of them said, press the kicking game, for here's where the breaks are made. It's the area of hidden yardage. How about that return? Flipping the field, taking it past the 50.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Dolphins will extend their lead on the final play of the half. York now for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thanks very much. And we welcome all of you back here on EA Sports for quarter number 3. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Well, the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw. Brown. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Caught by Wilson. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Jets First down. A gain of 7.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain, or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Second and 4. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. 7 yards there and a first down.
7-yard gain. And the Jets, first down. A gain of 7. First down, Jets.
Let's go now.
White, he'll try the left side. And he'll work down inside the 45.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here's a 2nd and 5.
Come on. Set. Cowboy 80.
First carry of the game for Zamir White. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
They go play action here on first down. Touchdown! Garrett Wilson, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets have got it back to within a score. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Jets, 14.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So now the Dolphins set to take over on offense. They are trying to snap that 3-game losing streak, on top so far with the football here, 1st and 10.
On the ready.
Looking to put a drive together.
Go. Hawk 70. Ready.
Hand off to Achane to begin the drive. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Back to throw. Howard. But the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. 3rd and 20.
Let's go.
Looking to throw. Howard. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Will McDonald gets in there to take him down.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. 3-4 defense, and that O-line really dominated the D-line on that play.
And think of it this way. With a 3-4, you have a natural bubble over each guard because those guys don't have defenders over them. Oftentimes, if you want to run up the middle, they can get upfield and get on the linebackers right now, and that gives the running back a heck of a chance to get into the secondary. I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And they can't bring him down. Still on his feet. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Rachaad White, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jets have scored again in this third quarter, this time to move out in front.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Dolphins 17.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. Their lead, they have seen it evaporate completely after such a good first half. They've been shut down here in the third quarter.
Searching for answers, trying to figure out what it's going to take to get back to where they were before. The big part of it is that sometimes you don't have to go exotic now. You go back to basics. Being able to run the football, string some things together, some effective passes, try and get a rhythm established again, and try and get back in the lead.
Back in the lead, like you said, back to the basics.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Jermaine Johnson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
Here we go. Here we go. 60 Eagles. 60 Eagles.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's Dolphin football, but they trail here as we get set for the fourth. The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Back to throw. Howard. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard. And it'll be 4th down.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a 1st down.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And the Jets will take over. The Jets offense and running back Rachaad White set to take over again. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Throw left side complete. That's Allen. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line.
I think they tried to fool him on that one. You know, being able to throw the ball to the fullback position. No one was fooled on that play.
No, lost yardage. You think they should yank that one from the playbook, at least for the time being?
I think what you do is you take it out and you evaluate it next week in practice.
Here we go. Start. Nice. Ready, right?
Brown, off play action. And his throw here is incomplete.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he can't quite bring it in. Might have heard footsteps there across the middle. 2nd down. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Looking to throw. Howard. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Check, Panther.
Now a play fake here on first down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
It's now second and 10.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
And now offensively it's third and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 20-yard line. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's first and 10.
60.
In motion, Hill. Back to throw again. He'll get it once more into the hands of Hill. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up second down.
Bronco switch. Bronco
Second
switch.
and 5 at the 16-yard line.
Ready. Unlock line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a first and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Dolphins, first down. First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Check. Check.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. A run straight ahead with Achane. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Devon Achane, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes. The York on now for the extra point. And now the kick is blocked. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
Oftentimes when you give up a touchdown, it's really a deflation for your entire unit. And the special teams crew, when they run out there, they still feel it. And maybe they don't go after it so much. Instead, they gave great effort there, blocked the extra point, and really gave them a lift after giving up the score.
Yeah, gave up the touchdown, lost the lead, but a nice job to get in there and block it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So here are the Jets now to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on first and 10. Off the play fake. Brown. Throw right side. Wilson. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
Come on. Set.
They defer to White out of the shotgun. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here.
Bronco 80.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that is incomplete. And sensing the momentum, maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And they will take over 1st and 10. So the Dolphins now down by 1, 2:14 to play. A 4th straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down.
Ready?
The drive starts with a run from H.M. And able to steer clear that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. To throw is Howard. From the gun, he'll throw. Connecting with Hill. And Hill is going to have the Dolphins first down as the tackle made up around the 33-yard line.
First down.
They'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
It's now 2nd and 19 at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10. And with the clock ticking under 50 seconds now, he spikes it. Under 50 seconds to play. Here's 2nd and 10.
60.
Back to throw. On the slant, he finds Washington. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Here's 2nd down.
Get it. Hot go. 70.
He's back to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock.
They've got his man complete. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute. Well, that is the definition, Charles, of delivering under pressure. The game-winning potential. There's still a little time left on the clock, but the potential game-winning drive, and it was well executed.
I think we're going to remember this possession for a long time. We've called a bunch of games, but how about how they got it done down the stretch? Absolutely terrific.
Barring some type of miraculous play in this last half minute, I think that touchdown just earned them the win. They really came up clutch when they needed it.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead.
Jets 24.
And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. New York's offense back out there and set to go. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. This is 1st and 10.
Let's go now. 19 Charger. Ready?
He'll look to throw. Finds White, and he'll have a first down, but a great tackle there keeps him from getting to the boundary. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ballgame. But this offense cannot stop the clock now. No timeouts remaining as they come up here 1st down.
Trap 60.
Operating from the gun, Brown. And that one nearly intercepted. That would have sealed it. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Brown. That's caught by Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
79 Broncos. Buffalo 18.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. And a fun, close ball game comes to an end. On that last play, Charles, they were on the wrong side of midfield. They needed something near a miracle, and they couldn't get it done.
Yeah, the effort, that was good. Very good, in fact. They were just a little too far out to get a decent look at the end zone for that last opportunity. Couldn't get it done, but a nice game overall.
So for the Dolphins, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Jets, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
High five! I'm Scott Hansen, and this is your Week 5 edition of the EA Sports Weekly Recap. Plenty to get to here. We begin in South Florida. The Dolphins at home to take on the New York Jets. And look out, it's the cheetah, Tyreek Hill. He's going to run the deep route here and pull it in. 46 yards, that's a touchdown. The Dolphins with an important W. They didn't want to start 1-4, and they won't following their victory here. From there, why don't we go to South Philly, look in on the Eagles as they play host to the LA Rams. And it's the Tank Bigsby. The team got into the red zone, he gets into the end zone, a 10-yard touchdown run. The Eagles continue to have enough. They make it 5 straight wins to start the new year. Lastly, we go up to Lambeau Field. It's the Packers taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it's the veteran Baker Mayfield. He connects. It's a 16-yard touchdown. The Buccaneers move to 4-1, looking good as they get the win here. That's a wrap. Until next time, I'm Scott Hansen. Good night from all of us at EA Sports.